Hello guys, this is Kazrak bringing you another Star Wars video, but this time is gonna be different, because the two videos that I did previously were basically my thoughts on the game, right? It was, is it worth it to play on a free-to-play subscription or on a free-to-play model, and then my thoughts after a week of playing it. Now I'm on a subscriber subscription. I have a subscription. I have a subscription. Let's say it like that. That was stupid what I said earlier. I have a subscription, so next week I'll be doing like my thoughts, is it worthwhile to get a subscription? But the video today will be actually about, as the title will probably say, about the class, about my thoughts and about my spec. I am playing, my main character is a Sith Juggernaut, which is basically a Sith warrior skilled in that can tank. He has the option of to tank or being a DPS. Most of my gear that I have equipped is mostly aimed towards strength with power and surge rating. So something like that is what I have over here. What that gave me is a pretty decent DPS overall, ability to inflict damage. But this my spec isn't not my spec. My gear isn't the topic of today's video. Actually, the topic is, as you can see, we're standing right next to the skill mentor. Since I reached level 41 just a few minutes ago, I started thinking like, why am I using cookie cutter builds for levels 55s that people post on the internet, and they gave the no thoughts into it, no whatsoever. Just show you the rotation, show you the skill plans, and that's it. I don't like that, so we're going to actually go and have a quick look, maybe not so quick, because it's gonna be quite long, I presume, on the talent trees. So, the three trees that we have available, the left tree being Immortal, which is defense, the middle tree being Vengeance, which is damage, and the right tree being damage, called Rage. Now, one thing that I started thinking about, and this is also inspired by a YouTube video, I started thinking, like, why am I always going for something that someone does, right? Why am I not actually making my own trees? Something that will fit me, because I put points into the skill trees blindly looking at it, what would be good at the moment. And then I find myself like, I played for the last 3 or 4 levels in the Vengeance tree, and I have to say, I completely don't understand it, because the two skills that give you, the whole tree is about this. About Rampage, which is Impel and Shadow have a 10% chance, up to 30% chance, to finish the cooldown of Ravage and generate 1 Rage. This effect cannot occur more than once every 15 seconds. Each rank beyond the first reduces the Rage limit by 3 points. By 3 seconds, sorry. This rate limit by 3 seconds. That means we can get 3... That's what? 6 seconds, yeah. So in every 6 seconds you can get Ravage. Ravage is our channeled 3-second ability that inflicts a lot of damage, but now's the big part. So you have to have those two skills to make it into a full account, because if you don't, then you have only, like I had, only Impale, which isn't that great. It does quite a beastly amount of damage, and you don't have to channel it, and it costs quite a bit of rage, but I found that maybe 2 times I actually used the proc on Ravage with this. Only 2 times in 4 levels. So that's completely not something I'm looking forward to. Earlier on I played as a Mortal Juggernaut, and honestly here you cannot go very bad, because most of the things that you will do will just improve your tanking ability. Now, the first thing I want to point out is, like, what am I going to do with this game? I'm going to play solo PvE content, maybe some flashpoints and stuff like that, but I'm going to do this to finish the storylines, right? So what I am aiming for, I'm not aiming for a full tank, but I'm not aiming at a full DPS class, because a full DPS class will have problems with... I have to run with Quinn, with my companion healer, just to be able to survive. So we try to start off in the immortal tree and then maybe respec a little bit into the vengeance or the rage tree. From what I hear and understand and read on the internet, you can classify this as tanking tree, the single target damage tree, and the AoE damage tree. Why? Because this tree relies heavily on obliterate, which allows you to use, yeah, that you can see the first ability is dominate, that allows you to use smash. So this AoE attack, that's an automatic critical hit, and then you have that shockwave and a lot of things, you know, that honestly there's some kind of, you know, thinking into it. Now we're going to go through the talents, and then we're gonna think, do we want to do something? Cause I can like put points into this, but then when I'm gonna go through all well, I'll like let's do it like this. We'll go over those two trees, cause I want to know what skills and what can I get from this, and then we're gonna go into this tree and we'll start putting points into it. And if I'll have leftover points, you know, I will not like unlock something higher. Then I'm gonna go into those two trees. I'm not gonna go like, oh, I'm putting 5 points into this, 5 points into this, 2 points into this, 3 points into this, and then I'm gonna go up the tree. No, I'm gonna firstly start off with a whole tree and then put points everywhere else. Honestly, as being a 41 level, I don't have a lot of points. I only have 32 points, so it's gonna be quite hard. So, let's start with the rage tree. The first is Malice, which increases force critical chance by 2. Force critical chance, that's our skills that use the force, like smash. It gives us 6% critical chance. Not bad, but is it worthwhile? I don't know. Decimate, 2 levels. Increase the damage dealt by smash and sweeping slash by 10% and reduces the cooldown of smash and obliterate by 1.5 seconds. This is actually very good, because we get a straight off 20% increase in smash and also a reduction on the cooldown of 4 smash, and also sweeping strike. So this is actually a very good AoE talent. We have not a lot of AoE abilities, you know, so this is one of the better ones. Now, Battle Cry. While Shincho form is active, Force Charge and Obliterate have a 50% chance, up to 100% chance to make the next Force Scream activated at no cost of rage. So this allows us to use Force Scream all the time. Now this would tie up nicely with something that would give us... I know that the Immortal Tree has a talent. Yeah, this is it. Sonic Barrier. That your Sonic Scream has a 50% chance to grant Sonic Barrier, which absorbs a moderate amount of damage and lasts for 10 seconds. So you can get an automatic, free of charge Sonic Barrier every time you do Force Charge or Obliterate. But you have to have Obliterate, because Force Charge is just the initial jump, you know, so that's not that big of a deal. Now, Payback. Unleash has a 50% chance to heal you for 10% of your maximum health. So 20%, it's gonna be 20%, 100% to heal for 10%. Not that important. I don't use Unleash a lot. Unleash us is the basically unroot skill, you know, the pure skill on you, so you can avoid any stun snare and stuff like that. But I don't use it almost at all doing PvE, so I'm not gonna take it. Overpower. While Shincho form is active, Assault, Sundering Assault, Vicious Slash, Vicious Scream and Vicious Throw have a 50% chance to reduce the active cooldown of Smash and Obliterate by half a second. And then Rage by 1 second. And Rage is... it's our threat generator. It's our not threat but rage generator. It's the skill that you throw and it generates instant hate. So let's just put some points into this. Let's say that we want Malice and Decimate, so we can check the percentages. So you get 100% chance to reduce the active cooldown of Smash and Obliterate by 1 second and Enrage by 2 seconds. So we get already a very decent cooldown reduction on Smash. Now, next talent is Strangulate. Reduces the cooldown of Force Shock by 7.5 seconds. Not that important, honestly. Force Shock isn't... I don't use it that often. It's a good rate generator, but it has a cooldown of 1 minute. This would cut it up by 15 seconds. That's not worth it. Now, a Brutality increases the critical strike chance of Vicious Slash and Vicious Throw by 7.5%. So only Vicious Slash, which is my Q, and Vicious Throw that I don't have yet. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's just a skill that you would use when you have excess rage, and I don't find I never had problem. Well, I always have problems generating rage. Only this tree allows me to have a constant amount of rage. So now Obliterate, that's a skill. So Obliterate jumps to target, dealing 813 to 905 weapon damage and immobilizing it for 1 second. Stages strikes with both weapon if dual wielding. So that's an obvious one because this procs us. You know, it has those 3 bonus options to it. Force Charge, Obliterate and Intercede have a 50% chance to grant Oppressor, which makes your next Chilling Scream cost no rage and activate with a completely not worthwhile. Chilling Scream is a PvP more skill. It's I have a Chilling Scream freezes nearby foes, reducing the movement speed by 50%. Completely not worthwhile. Saber Strength increases the damage dealt by Vicious Slash, Vicious Throw and Obliterate by 3%. Obliterate, that would be a good one. It would give us some you know, breathing space. But yeah, in all honesty, I would take it. Force Charge and Obliterate have a 50% chance, up to 100% chance that to make your next smash use with a 20 seconds an automatic critical hit. Obvious, 100% chance that your next smash will be a critical hit. While doing all those reductions and having a 20% flat out increase in its damage, obvious. Shockwave. When Shincho form is active, Enrage grants 1 stack of Shockwave, reducing the rage cost and increasing the damage dealt by the next smash by 11.1%, meaning up to 33.3. Stacks up to 3 times additional each hit of Force Crush grants 1 stack of Shockwave. Also reduces the cooldown of Enrage by 5 seconds and causes Enrage to generate 2 additional rage over 2 seconds. Force Crush is our last skill, so yeah, I just looked for this because some skills referred to it. Let's just put like 1 skill over here, and we have to either way put 2 points of somewhere, so let's do this, and we still have to put 2 points to go higher. Yeah, from everything I would prefer that Force Choke. So let's say that Decimate an obvious one. Shockwave, what's the percentages at top level? 3 stacks of Shockwave. So the moment you enrage you get 3 stacks which give you automatic smash. Well, you have an automatic critical hitting smash with increased 33% damage. And Force Crush grants you 1 stack of Shockwave and reduces the cooldown of Enrage by 50 seconds and causes Enrage to generate 6 additional Enrage over 6 seconds. That's a very nice thing, but it relies on Force Crush, so it relies on having the last talent, which isn't good for us because we're, you know, we're low on... We have 12 points, I won't get there in 12 points, no way. There's 5, 2, so I will lack at least 4 points to get over here. So Gravity Manipulation reduces the rage cost of Obliterate and Force Crush by 1. Not worthwhile. Obliterate can now be used while immobilized. Do I know is it worthwhile? It's a good talent for PvP, not for PvE. Shicho Mastery increases armor penetration by 15%, so that's obvious. We want armor penetration. And this Force Slash. Vicious Slash deals additional enemy as force damage. We don't use Vicious Slash that often, but it seems that this tree also relies quite heavily on Vicious Slash. How much points do we need to get that? Well, let's just look at those and, you know, not go through those. Dark Resonance increases the critical strike damage of all attacks by 5%. That's a 50% flat out critical strike damage of all attacks. Obvious choice for me. Reduces the activation cost of enraged defense by 2. Completely not worthwhile. You're gonna struggle to actually put the points into something worthwhile in this tree. Enraged defense is... where is it? Here it is. Enraged defense immediately reduces threat by a moderate amount for 10 seconds. You're a tank, for god damn it. Taking damage spends 1 range and heal you for 3% of your maximum health and reduce threat by a low amount. Completely stupid and unworthwhile. Completely... I don't understand this thing. You get something that mitigates a minor amount of damage, heals you for even more, for even less, and gives you the option to... I don't even know what to do, you know? It just spends rage, nothing else. So, Cascading Power increases all damage dealt by 3% for 6 seconds after using Smash. Great talent. You're basically spamming Smash, but you'll get a flat out 9% increase in your damage. So I would go with that. Force Resistance reduces the damage taken by force attacks by 3%. In addition, whenever you reflect force damage taken with Saber Reflect, you build 1 rage. Maybe worthwhile. Probably you're gonna have to put the points into it, because as you can see, I'm stuck over here and I still have to put 3 points, then 5 points, then 5 points to get Force Crush. Progressively slows the target for 50% to 5 from 50 to 5% movement speed over 3 seconds and deals... Oh, I wouldn't say it's that good. Obviously you're gonna use it because a lot of skills tie up to it, but this tree is completely not something that I would be willing to take. If I'm to be honest, there's not a lot of talents that you know get my juices flowing. It's completely up to Smash, which I personally don't like because I don't like having AoE threat generation all the time. So let's go into the Vengeance tree. Single Saber Master, this is an awesome talent. Let's just flat out, I'm gonna put 3 in it. Increases your skill in single saber combat based on your correct active form, because you have 3 forms active. Actually, this tree is the only tree that gives you a form, because you get 2 orders. You get Shincho, Soretsu. Soretsu is your tanking form, and Shincho is your overall force. You know, AoE. This, it's tied to this, you know. But yeah, so Shincho form increases all force damage dealt by 6%, Xian form increases all melee attacks, all melee damage dealt by 6%, nice. Soretsu form increases melee and range defense by 3% and increases the threat generated by smash and super slash by 30%, meaning you are a better off AoE tank. So I would say it's worthwhile. That flat 8%, yeah, 6% or 8%? 6% damage increase is already, you know, worthwhile. Increases the duration of force charge, immobilize effect by 0.5 seconds. Good talent for PvP, completely unuseful for PvE. In my idea, NPCs don't run away, they want to fight you in the face. Reduces the cooldown of Sundering Assault by 1.5 seconds. Obvious choice, because we want to spam Sundering Assaults to get this deals damage, reduces target armor, and gives us rage. Now, increases the accuracy of melee and force attack by 1%, so yeah, it's a good talent. If you wouldn't put it there if you didn't have to, let's say it like that. Because you can put like 1 here and then go, increases total strength by 3%, obvious, you're gonna get 6% more strength. Unyielding, generates 2 rage while stun or put to sleep or knocked down. I wouldn't say that's good. I wouldn't say that's actually useful, so let's put 2 into this, so we have 3% more accuracy. Draining Scream. Force Scream has a 50% chance or 100% chance to cause the target to bleed for 157 damage for the next 6 seconds. So it's our first dot attack, is the first damage over time. But I don't know if we would use a Xian form, that's an obvious must. Enters our aggressive lightsaber form, increasing all damage dealt by 6% and movement speed by 50%. All attacks that cause rage will refund 1 rage when used, so obvious choice. Now this is something that I found completely unuseful in PvE. While in Xian form, Force Charge has a 50% chance to grant unstoppable, reducing all damage taken by 20% and granting immunity to interrupts and controlling effects by 4%. The damage decrease is nice, but the 4%, it's a good talent for PvE because you leap on someone and they will throw all of those CC on you to stop you. But it's not a good talent for PvE. Pulled Hatred, whenever your movement is impaled you gain 2% bonus to your next melee ability that costs rage. This effect can stack up to 5 times and lasts 10 seconds. This is actually pretty decent, because NPCs will impale your movement, so you can throw that in and just Draining Scream. Because as I said, I don't think that this is completely useful, and at least this gives us a dot. Overwhelm. Ravage has a 50% chance to immobilize the target for the duration of the ability, and a 100% chance it's gonna be. So you have a way to root someone in place while you're doing Ravage, but as I said, NPCs are not running away, so you will have either way, they will be standing right in front of you and you don't have to get this. This is a new talent that we got in 2.5. Deadly Reprisal generates 1 additional rage while taking direct area effect damage while inserted form is active. Maybe worthwhile. Reduces the cooldown of Impale by 2 seconds and Force Scream by 1 second. So yeah, let's say that it's useful because we have a 15 cooldown second on Impale and it's quite important in this build. Ruin. Smash no longer costs rage. I would say it's a good talent because you're not spending rage and it costs 3 rage normally. So if you get this, it's gonna be way lower. But we have to put 1 point somewhere. So let's put it into this, because a bonus rage is bonus rage, you know. Savagery, which is style to impale, so we have to take impale, it's a skill, so we get impales the target for 1124 to 1311 weapon damage. Savagery, Impale, Vicious Throw and Shatter have a 50% chance to increase the critical chance of your next force screen by 25%. So if does it go up? Yes, it goes up to 50% and 100 and stacks up to 2 times. So that's quite nice, you get a 50% chance that your next force screen will be critical. Eviscerate. Impale has a 50% chance, so a 100% chance to cause the target to bleed for internal damage. Okay, so this is basically giving Impale a dot also. Now we have Deafening Defense. Reduces all damage taken by 2% at all times and an additional 7 and 5% while Rage Defense is active. Addition reduces the cooldown of Intimidating Roar by 7.5 seconds. Intimidating Roar is... What is Intimidating Roar? I don't have that ability yet. It's... Ah yes, it's a ability after 51. But flat out 4% reduction of all damage plus 15% increased resistance while enraged defenses are this talent, so it's worthwhile for the 4% but not for the enraged defense, you know. So I wouldn't say take it. Sundering Throw reduces the cooldown of Saber Throw by 2.5 seconds and gives Saber Throw a 50% chance to apply armor reduction to the target. Armor reductions are always nice and you get 100% certainty, so you start off with this and just throw it. Now Rampage, this is the most important thing in this whole build, as I said. Impale and Shatter have a 10% chance to finish the cooldown on Ravage and generate 1 rage. The effect cannot occur more than once every 15 seconds. Each rank beyond the first reduces this rate limit by 3%. So you put 3 into it, you get the next 2 talents. Then you can see I'm low by 2 talents. And I need like 4 more levels and I'll be able to take the whole tree. So Destroy increases the damage dealt by your bleeding effects by 3%. In addition, your Ravage and bleeding damage has a 10% chance to trigger Destroyer, which finishes the cooldown of Vicious Throw and makes your next Vicious Throw free and usable on a target with any health level. This effect cannot occur more than once every 20 seconds. So this seems to be a very good ability. But Vicious Throw, it's also a skill that we get later on, I think. We're gonna see it in the trainer just in a second. When you exit combat, the active cooldown of Force Charge, Enrage and Saber Throw are reduced by 50%. So that's nice while going through mob packs. But overall, I would say like get 3 of this and 2 of this and then this. Channel your force into your lightsaber and crush your target with on this weight, instantly dealing 551 to 607 internal damage with a further 840 internal damage over 12 seconds. So a bleed effect. So shatter would be actually, you know, advisable. So this is the whole vengeance tree. So that would be what I would do. I would put 2 more into this, 3 more into this, and then take shatter and, you know, distribute the points over the other trees. But we're gonna reset. And this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to go into the Juggernaut tree and get something useful. So Ravager increases damage dealt by Ravage by 5%, so a 10% increase in Ravage. Not that important. Smash and Sweeping Slash have a 33% chance to reduce the melee and range accuracy of affected target by 5%. So we get 100% chance to reduce the accuracy of our enemies. That's actually good, but 5% isn't that much, so let's say that I would put like this. 2 in Ravage because we're gonna use Ravage quite often, and Sundering Assault builds 2 additional rage, obvious choice. You want to build as much rage as you can, honestly do. Warmonger, getting attacked in Soretsu form reduces the active cooldown of 4 shots by half a second. This effect cannot occur more than 1.5 seconds. And if it's maxed out, reduces the force charge by 1 second. The maximum force charge cooldown is 15 seconds. So you can basically get from a fight to a fight faster. That's good for like flashpoints. Lash out while in Soretsu form is active, the rage cost of retaliation is reduced by 1 and critical chance is increased by 7.5 chance. We max this out because we're gonna have a lot of retaliation hits, which gives us rage cost being reduced by 2, so it's down to none. Oh no, to 1, and 50% chance to critical hit. Guard Stance increases your armor rating by 50%, obvious choice. Reduces your cooldown of your retaliation by 1.5 seconds while Saber Ward is active. This only works when Saber Ward is active, and I don't use that often. But we'll take it because the most often while you're gonna be using retaliation is when you're fighting bosses. So let's say that's useful. Crushing Fist. Smash has a 50% to apply armor reduction to affected targets. Invincible. It reduces all damage taken by 40% for 10 seconds, so on a very good diminishing damage skill. Retaliation raises a blade barricade, increasing all defenses by 5%. So using this skill gives us a blade barricade for by 5%, so that's good. Now we gotta get 2 more points, let's think. Let's give us 100% accuracy, cause this armor reduction is also nice, we could get more damage out of it. Force Grip, Force Choke no longer needs to be channeled. That's a great skill, because while you're channeling Force Choke, you can still do like Ravage or inflict damage with other skills. Revenge, while in Soretsu form, parrying, defending, shielding or resisting an attack has a 25% to grant Ravage. Revenge, sorry, reducing the rage cost of your next Force Scream and Smash by 1%, lasts up to 6 seconds and stacks up to 3 times. Quite a useful thing. Force Scream has a 50% chance to grant Sonic Barrier, which absorbs a moderate amount of damage. So as I said, Force Scream, but we don't have any talents. Like over here we had the Force Shot and Obligate have a next Scream activated at no rage, so we would put 2 into here to get an automatic free of charge barrier on the start of the battle, right? And let's get those talents. Backhand, obvious, it's a skill, so bashes the target for 570, 629 kinetic damage, stunning it for 4 seconds. This ability generates a high amount of threat, so it helps us. It's a bonus ability to inflict damage, and plus to it, it generates a lot of threat, so Quinn won't get attacked as often.
So first from the left is Sonic Wall. Freezing Scream has a 50% chance to protect all allies within range excluding yourself, granting Sonic Wall which absorbs a moderate amount of damage over the 10 seconds. So our AoE threat generator has a 100% chance to make a shield for our allies. I don't think that's useful. Reduces the cooldown of Force Push by 7.5 seconds and reduces the rage cost of Chilling Scream by 1. Force Push and Chilling Scream, I don't use that often. Shield Specialization, Shield Charge and reduces the cooldown of Saber Ward by 15 seconds. So this ties up with this talent. Yeah, this talent that Saber Ward is active. So now Saber Ward will have 30% less cooldown. Whereby normally it has a 3-minute cooldown, still large as hell. We need 2 points. Getting attacked. Well, getting attacked is gonna be quite often now, isn't it? Increases the duration of endure pain by 5 seconds, increases elemental and internal damage reduction by 2.5%. What? Endure pain, so this is our temporary increases your maximum health by 30%. I don't use it that often. Reduces the rage rate limit by which endless rage can generate rage by 3 seconds. Additionally reduces the rage cost of Force Scream, Sweeping Slash and Crushing Blow. It's more for the crushing blows and stuff, not endless rage, because endless rage is this. Oh no, it's not this. Endless rage. I don't know what it is. I don't have it. Noise. Rule of 2. When your guarded target is attacked, your movement speed is increased by 50%. That's good because we're gonna run around in guard stance all the time. Now we need 1 point somewhere. Oh, we need 2 points. That's bad. Intimidating Presence. Force Charge has a 50% chance to finish the cooldown on Disruption. In addition, Saber Reflect lasts 1 second longer and generates a high amount of threat on all enemies within 30 meters when activated. Very good for tanking. When you're in a flashpoint you put this and basically you always... the moment you get into a fight you put up Saber Reflect, which I'm gonna get. And you basically get a high amount of threat on every enemy. Pillar of Strength reduces the cooldown of Invincible by 10 seconds, increases the damage dealt by Backhand and Crushing Blow by 5%, and reduces the cooldown of Retaliation by half a second. So Retaliation can be even further pushed down with its cooldown. And Invincible. Invincible is the skill that gives us 40% more resistance. And Crushing Blow, the last talent, crushes the target beneath a powerful blow, dealing 883 and 982 weapon damage, enabling your retaliation and increasing your damage reduction by 3% for 20 seconds. If the target is affected by any armor reduction, Crushing Blow damages up to 4 additional nearby enemies at the same amount, does not deal damage sleeping, lifted, incapacitated enemies. This attack knocks down all affected standard and weak enemies, generates a high amount of threat. Very good talent. In 4 levels is gonna be a great addition to this build. Disruption. I don't have Disruption. Oh no, Disruption is this, okay. Well, we're gonna go with those two. So let's say that I do something like this. This is gonna be my build now. I got quite a lot of new abilities to use, so we'll put this where it was. This where it's supposed to be. And now we have to like always think of generating rage, because as you saw this whole line doesn't have any rage generators, so that's a downside of this build per se. But it's not that big of a deal, honestly. You're very much counting on retaliation to kick in, and you have to manage your cooldowns so you always can do damage. You know, you constantly spam abilities and not only stand there like a stupid guy and wait for something. You can see our cooldown on retaliation is 5 seconds, so that's quite nice. Ravage is 30 seconds. But yeah, so was my know-how on how to build this whole character. I'm gonna run around in DPSG while having a defensive tree, so we'll see how that goes. I can also put this Guard Sense, so reducing all damage taken by 6%, increasing armor rating by 60%, increasing threat generated by 100%. So, and we can also put Guard on Quinn. And this is your whole build for Acid Juggernaut into tanking. We should be able to do flashpoints, we should be able to do most of the things. We don't have a lot of, you know, defense rating and stuff. We don't have mitigation, but we have quite a nice number of health. 9100 on this level is quite nice. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you found it informative and useful. And I'll see you guys next time.